Gérard Chaliand is a French expert in geopolitics who has published widely on irregular warfare and military strategy. Chaliand analyses of insurgencies in Asia, Africa, Latin America, and the Middle East, mostly based on his field experience with insurgent forces, have appeared in more than 20 books and in numerous newspaper articles. He has worked autonomously throughout his career, unconstrained by the perspectives of national governments and policy institutes. As a result, his work provides an independent perspective on many of the major conflicts characterized the 20th and 21st centuries. He is also a published poet. Early life and education. Born in Brussels of Armenian parents and raised in Paris, Chaliand attended the Lycée Henry IV in the Latin Quarter and spent nearly a year in London and the UK. He travelled in North Africa before entering the School of Oriental Languages and Civilizations, where his studies focused on the history and culture of non-Western societies. During his youth he hitchhiked across North Africa, Turkey, Iran, Pakistan and India. He published his first book of poetry in 1959. In 1960 he joined the clandestine struggle for Algerian independence. After Algerian independence, he worked in 1963–64 as an editor at Révolution Africaine, a weekly in Alger where he met many of the leaders of national liberation movements of Asia, Africa, Latin America, and the Middle East. He received his PhD from Sorbonne in 1975. His dissertation Myths révolutionnaires du tiers-monde was published in 1976 and quickly translated into English. Revolution in the Third World, Myths and Pretext, Viking Press, Penguin, New York, 1977. Chaliand has been a participant observer in various guerrilla conflicts: Guinea-Bissau, 1966, North Vietnam, 1967, Colombia, 1968, 91st, Palestine, Israel, 1969, 70, 75th, 98, 99th, Eritrea, 1977, 91st, Afghanistan, 1980, 82nd, 2006 to 2012, Iranian Kurdistan, 1980. Salvador, 1982, Angola, 1985, Peru, 1985, Philippines, 1987, Nagorno-Karabakh, 1993, Georgia, 1994–2006–08, Burma, 1990, 95th, Kashmir, 1999. Sri Lanka, 1987–99–2007, Iraqi Kurdistan, 1999–2008, 2012–2015, Iraq, 2003–2008, Syria, 2014. He has conducted field studies for over 4 decades in Asia Pacific, Caucasus and Central Asia, Central and South America, Middle East, Northern Africa, Russia, South and Southeast Asia, West, East and Southern Africa. Teaching. He taught in Paris, France, at the École Nationale d'Administration and at École de Guerre from 1990 to 1995. Chaliand has spent more than 5 years as a visiting professor in the United States at Harvard, UCLA and UC Berkeley. He delivered over 500 lectures in major universities and research centers, including the Rand Corporation and the U.S. Naval Postgraduate School, Monterey, California. He was also a visiting professor at the Military Academy, Bogotá, and universities of Cape Town, Montreal, Salamanca, Sussex and Manchester, Vladikavkaz, Suleimania, and Ilyich-Shavadze. He was Senior Visiting Fellow at the Center for Conflicts and Peace Studies, Kabul from 2005 to 2011. He taught a summer course at Nanyang University from 2004 to 2014 and Halla University. He has also lectured at strategic institutes in Washington, D.C., London, Canberra, Beijing, Madrid, and Tokyo. Miscellaneous. He was director of the European Centre for the Studies of Conflicts, Paris from 1997 to 2000. He was an independent advisor to the Centre for Analysis and Planning of the French Foreign Ministry from 1983 to 1994. He founded and was the director of Minority Rights Group from 1978 to 1987. He was the initiator of the session of the Permanent People's Tribunal that was dedicated to the genocide of the Armenian people, whose jury comprised 3 Nobel Prize winners, including Mr. Sean M.C. Bride, founder of Amnesty International, and which took place at Sorbonne, and saw the sentence towards the Turkish state delivered to the National Assembly. In addition, Chaliand has undertaken several maritime expeditions aboard La Boudeuse, a 3-mast. Selected bibliography. Chaliand is the author, the co-author, or the editor of more than 50 books, over 20 of which have been translated into English. Books in English: A World History of War, UC Press, Berkeley, 2014. History of Terrorism, From Antiquity to Al-Qaeda, Berkeley, 2007. Mirrors of a Disaster, The Spanish Conquest of America, Transaction, Rutgers University Press, NJ, 2005. Nomadic Empires, From Mongolia to the Danube, Transaction, Rutgers University Press, NJ, 2003. The Penguin Atlas of Diasporas, New York, 1995. The Art of War in World History, Berkeley, 1994. The Kurdish Tragedy, Z Press, London, 1994. Report to the Subcommission on Human Rights on the Situation of the Kurds in the Middle East, Strategic Atlas, A Comparative Geopolitics of the World's Powers, with J.P. Rajo, Harper and Ambro, New York, 1987, 1990, updated edition 1992. Minorities at the Age of Nation-States, Pluto Press, London, 1988. Terrorism, Saki Books, London, 1987. The Genocide of the Armenians, Soyin Institute, Boston, Mass., 1986. Guerrilla Strategy, A Historical Anthology from the Long March to Afghanistan, ed. Berkeley, 1982. The Struggle for Africa, Great Power Strategies, Macmillan, London, 1982. Report from Afghanistan, Penguin Books, Baltimore, 1982. A People Without a Country, The Kurds and Kurdistan, Z Books, 1980. Olive Branch Press, 1993. Revolution in the Third World, Myths and Prospects, Viking, New York, 1977, updated edition, Penguin Books, 1989. The Palestinian Resistance, Penguin Books, Baltimore, 1972. Peasants of North Vietnam, Penguin Books, Baltimore, 1970. Armed Struggle in Africa, Monthly Review Press, New York, 1969. Chaliand has also written a cookbook, Food Without Frontiers, Pluto Press, London, 1981, and 2 books of poems, The Stubborn March, Crane Books, Watercrown, M.A., 1990, and Lone Rider, bilingual edition, translated by André Demier, Paris, 2015. Many of his books have been translated in more than 12 languages. Books in French: Political Analysis, L'Algérie est-elle socialiste, Maspero, 1964. Our Virginia, l'Afrique du Sud, Kalman Elia Qtvy, 1986. Études de crise vers les nouveaux équilibres mondiaux, Soy, 1993. Voyage dans le demi-cycle, Complex, 2001. America is back. Les nouveaux écoutes du Pentagone, Bade, 2003. L'Américaine guerre Iraq-Afghanistan, Editions du Rocher, 2007. L'impasse afghane, Editions de l'Aube, 2011. Vers un nouvel ordre du monde, L'Essai, 2013. De l'esprit d'aventure, avec P. Franceschi et J.C. Gilbert, J.A.L.U. Arthur, J.A.L.U. 2011. Le regard du singe, Soy, 2014. Military Strategy Atlas du Nucléaire Civil et Militaire, Peo, 1993. Dictionnaire de stratégie militaire, Perrin, 1998. Les guerres irrégulières, Folio Gallimard, 2008. Le Nouvel Art de la Guerre, L'Archipel, 2007, Pocket, 2009. Geopolitical and Historical Atlases, Atlas de la Découverte du Monde, Fayard, 1984. Atlas politique du XXIème siècle, Soy, 1987. Atlas des Européens, Fayard, 1989. Atlas des Empires, de Bélanie et Russie soviétique, Peo, 1993. Atlas historique des migrations, Soy, 1994. Atlas historique du monde méditerranéen, Peo, 1995. Atlas de l'Asie orientale, Soy, 1997. Atlas du millénaire, Le Monde des Empires, 1900 to 2015, Hachette, 1998. Atlas du Nouvel Ordre Mondial, Lafond, 2003. Guerre politique des empires, des pharaons à l'Imperium américain, Arthur, 2010. Flammarion, 2014. History les bâtisseurs d'histoire et réalité, 1995. Edition augmentée Agra, 2005. Magellan, 2012. 2000 ANS Decréciente Odile Jacob, 2000, 2003. L'héritage occidental Odile Jacob, 2002, 2015. Memoirs de ma mémoire, Juilliard, 2003. Guerrillas du Vietnam à l'Irak, Hachette Plurial, 2008. Le Point du Couteau, Memoirs, Robert Laffand, 2011. Travel Los Angeles, Naissance d'un mythe, Stock, 1991. Aux confins de l'Eldorado, L'Essai, 2006. Le Guide du Voyageur Autour du Monde Odile Jacob, 2007. Gérard Chaliand has also published 3 plays, 4 books for children and translations of how to use Arthur Shastra, Guevara's La Guerra de Guerrillas, and a book of popular Turkish poetry.